absolutely need. But in all my years of painting, I haven't had to use any more than these primary colors. I always have to use white to tint with. Now, black is a wonderful color, but I can mix it from these colors. Black I can mix from these three primary colors, my dark red, my yellow, and my blue, and I can come up with black. I will have more blue in my black than I will the other colors. Okay, I'm going to go up to this darker brown, which is burnt umber color, and I will have equal amounts of all three of these colors, either the reds and these colors there. More of a reddish brown. I won't have as much blue, but I'll have more yellow and red, and that's burnt sienna. So I carry these in my kit just for convenience. And I have a palette here that I'm going to be painting with that I've already mixed my palette. And you can see how I mixed these colors. And these are my primary colors, some of my colors. I don't even have blue there. But you can see I have a green, I have two greens, and yet I don't have a blue in my palette. Well, the reason for that is I'm using black, and I just mentioned the fact that black has more blue in it than the other colors. Therefore, because of the blue in that black and the yellow, I can come up with a green. I've made a tint. I've mixed an orange with these two colors, and I've made a tint of that orange simply by adding white. Now, you know what a tint is. It's just the lightening of a color. A shade, I can make a shade of a color by adding black to it, or the darker colors to that. Here's another color that's kind of a yummy rose, and I've made a tint of that by just adding white. You see, it was real easy for me to mix these colors. All I had to do was mix orange. I get one color, and I mix a little bit of white, and I have a little tint, and I have another color. This is, instead of having a tube of gray, I don't always want the same color of gray, so all I did was mix black and white to come up with a gray that would suit my purposes. And a purple. I wanted a purple, but I didn't want a real strong purple, so I used white, my rose red, which is an alizarin crimson, and a little bit of black. I didn't even use purple. I didn't even use blue in this to make purple, because I used black, and there's enough blue and black. So it will be fun for you to experiment with mixing colors with just your primary colors, and you can see how many colors I've gotten from just those few colors that are on my palette. So everything that you see painted here, I've only used those colors. Now as we look at this pattern, you'll see all these colors along the side. Those are not the tube colors, those are mixtures from my basic palette colors, which are these colors. But yet you can see how many colors I have in that rose. In the leaves, I have greens, I have grays, I have nice straw color, I have the blues and the reds, and I have a lot of pinks. Okay. Well, hopefully you can see that you can have fun with color, and you can have fun painting, and you'll get to examine these later.
Joanne, we'd like to thank you for showing us that we're not wasting our time by studying the elements of principles of design. Not being an expert in this, I've messed this thing up again. But I do appreciate the fact that you have shown us that if we're interested in art, that there are things that we can do with the elements and principles of design, as you do as an artist. I know you studied these things when you were in school too, and now you're actually using them. Can you explain to us exactly what your method of painting is before you begin to demonstrate how you do your work?
Okay. Basically, as I said, my method is a very fine blending method. So I can achieve a very smooth, satiny look if I want it. If I want to have a little choppy look, I can handle that also. But I find that things that I paint sort of lend themselves to that smooth, satiny look, which means a fine gradation from light to medium to dark, or dark to medium to light, whichever the case may be. I use brush